afternoon. It is afternoon. I'm at the river. I was trying to not have my sunglasses on, but the sun is just moving around now. I should have videoed before I ate my bagel because I was in the shade. Now the sun's moving around enough that I need my sunglasses. So, I noticed I do most of my video. Should I shut this? I hope you can be able to hear me okay. I know you can hear me when I have my air conditioning on, so I could just start the car and close the windows. I'm thinking about it. I'm sure of the air conditioning. I'm not sure of the traffic. Okay, let's do that. So, I've made an observation. I think I do most of my videoing in the car. That's not good or bad, it's just an observation. I had a corner set up in the back room for my videoing. I had my posters in the back, my coffin shelves in the back, and my Halloween string lights and everything for my background, and I liked it. But I work there. So I moved my personal laptop out of there because when I'm done work, I need to get out of there. So I haven't been using it to video. Excuse me. I just ate my cinnamon swirl with raisins bagel. And I got my tea. I also got a bottle of water because I was going to walk, but it's awful muggy, so I don't know. I might not. But there's a bench right there under the tree that's got my name on it, and I have my Kobo with me. I almost said Kendall. It's just such a habit. I'm still loving the Kobo. And I joined the names of all the other ones that come into my mind. Shelfari, Library Thing, Goodreads, all of them but the one I joined. I'll run it along the bottom, and I don't need to put the link. I think the link is already on the bottom and in my link section on YouTube for all those things. Anyway, if you're on any of these things and you want to friend me. But Kobo automatically updates it. So I was poking around it, and it looks really good. You can do buddy reads and everything on there. I know you can on Goodreads as well, but Goodreads, you join a group, and it's just set up differently. So, I'm giving it a try. So far, it looks good. I went down that rabbit hole, and why did I? Oh, I was just saying that I'm enjoying Kobo, Okay. Anyway, wasn't as deep of a rabbit hole as I thought it was, so that's good. Kobo. Oh yeah, I did want to say, and I almost forgot. I joined Kobo. What's it called? Kobo Plus, I believe, which is just like the Kindle Unlimited. So I joined that, and then I wasn't going to, but I got a good coupon, so I joined the Kobo VIP as well. And with that, you earn points, and you automatically get 10% off the books you buy, or most of the books you buy, or something. I don't remember exactly now all the details. How much you read and how much you get from your library. Everyone's going to have a different experience with it, whether it's worth it to you or not, depending on how you read. So I went ahead and paid for it. What is it? It's $20 for a whole year. I mean, it's not a lot of money. But I got it for $16 because when I first joined Kobo, I got a coupon for a 20% coupon, and I thought it was just for books, but you can use it for that as well. So I did. And what I'm doing is I added a little couple of columns on my spreadsheet. I have a budget spreadsheet that I keep for my, my household bills and stuff, and I added a little side thing there. Every time I get something and I save because of Kobo Plus or Kobo VIP, I'm putting it in that spreadsheet. And then at the end of the year, before I resubscribe to it, I want to look at it and see if it was worth the money or if it's not worth the money for me. So this time next year, I'll report back. I might do a temperature check midway, but I'm still liking it. Also, there's BookBub. If you read ebooks, check out BookBub, BookBub, BookBub. I'll try to remember to put the link below. All you do is sign up. It's free. And I'm not affiliated with any of this, by the way. And then you fill it out saying where you get your books and what type of books you like. And what it does is it doesn't have its own sales. You're not getting books from BookBub, but books from Amazon, Kobo, and all kinds of other places. Whenever they go on sale, it's there. So you'll see it all right there. You don't have to look for them or hope to bump into them. So I like BookBub. And I've already gotten just on Kobo. I've gotten a couple of books. I can't tell you offhand. I'd have to look. For like 99 cents, $1.99, and just like on Amazon, but I'm just throwing it out there for people who are curious and trying to weigh between the two. That's pretty much consistent there. You like my intro? I made that little owl with it holding the tea and reading. Oh, he's not holding the tea's sitting there. So when I talk about books, I get that one. And when I talk about knitting, I got the knitting one. When I talk about both, maybe I'll make one for both. I don't know. You know what? I like playing with graphics. I like playing with this stuff. The outro one, I just put a couple of my own pieces of art on there. Generic. Oh, kind of fits if I'm doing watercoloring. Nope, actually. Yeah, I've totally gone. So let's reel it back in. I finished Death of an Author. There is only tea in this cup. I assure you it's tea. I'm not drinking. I'm watching my calories. There's more calories in alcohol than you can go on a junk food haul all weekend and you still won't have the calories that you would have if you go out at night drinking. Although I do like me a drink now and then, but we won't. Okay. Death of an Author. Did the sun move? Did the sun move? No, I think I'm all right. I'll put them back on if I need, but I almost DNF'd it. DNF did not finish for any of my friends who I'm going to say who are not readers. Most people read, even if it's just a little bit. But if you're not reading to the point that you're online and watching BookTube and stuff, then you may not know. DNF means did not finish. So if you're online and you hear somebody say, I DNF'd it, that means they didn't finish it. Because that could go with other things too, actually, not just books. You know, I almost DNF'd it, and I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. I just kept reading. I did not like it. I gave it a 1 star, and I don't do that lightly. The beginning showed promise. In the beginning, I could actually see where there were going to be plot twists, red herrings. Like you could almost see it there, but they never happened. Nothing happened. Nothing. I could sit here and start talking to you about the book and in no way spoil it. No spoilers. At the beginning was kind of setting up when everything happened, and then the rest of the book was just the 2 detectives discussing the case, rehashing it over and over and over and over and over again. Like they were saying the same thing differently over and over. Absolutely nothing actually happened. No characters added in, introduced. No events, like nothing actually happened. They just discussed the case over and over and over. And then once in a while, one of them would go out and interview someone, and then they would be discussing the case with that person, saying the same thing that you just read when the 2 detectives were discussing it. Like seriously, nothing happened in the book. They were just discussing the case. Just the very beginning when when the events kind of started, even that's hard to explain. The very ending of the book, I almost want to say there wasn't one, but of course there was an ending, but there may as well not have been an ending. It was so anticlimactic. I was very disappointed in the ending. In fact, the ending, it's almost like she was like, okay, I've rattled on enough. I need to stop this now. Here, put a plug in. I mean, I can't even explain. I was just very disappointed in that book. And I don't say these things lightly about books. On the other side of every book is a human being that worked hard on that book. That was their baby. You know what I mean? But there was nothing in this book. There was nothing to criticize. That's the thing. It was like, so I was disappointed in it. So moving on. Excuse me. I need a sip of my tea. Uh-oh. There's 2 guys pulled up in front of me. They're walking very stiff. I think they've been driving for quite a while, and that is an out-of-state. Oh, that's a California license plate, and they're walking very stiff. They've been driving for a while, and they've got their Dunkin' Donuts coffee or whatever's in their hand, and they are sitting on my bench. Well, the nerve. Okay, I'll let them sit there for a little bit. I can go further down too. There's benches. Anyway, yeah. So I've started. I almost said Death of an Author. No, I just finished Death of an Author. Oh, if you want to see my reviews, like my exact words, which seriously I think is 2 lines, I had nothing to say. I did put my review on Goodreads, and book. I'm blanking on it now. I may have even just said it. Did I just say it? Because I was talking about it earlier. I don't know if I just said it. Because I started a video and it wasn't going well and decided to stop and eat my bagel. So now, and then try again. And now I don't remember if I already said it or not in this video. But Kobo automatically updates it. And I decided to give it a try, and I like it better than Goodreads. So I'm posting on my books and reviews on both of them for now. But if I continue to like it, because I want to give it a chance, then I may Storygraph. Then I may just move over to that. So if you're on either one of those, friend me. So I started, everyone in my family has killed someone. I've been wanting to read that for a while. And I've been watching YouTube videos. If you know of any booktubers that talk about mysteries, not thrillers, not mysteries/thrillers, mysteries. And yes, there is a difference. Oh dear God, I'm going out of my mind. Do you know how many YouTubers? I'm trying to find YouTube channels for mysteries, and they're all mystery thrillers, mystery/thrillers. And that's how they introduce. That's what it says when the title, and then that's what they'll say. I'm going to talk about mysteries, thrillers, or they'll say mysteries and thrillers, or some of them will say mysteries, thrillers, mysteries. Like, I'm trying not to get on a soapbox. It's driving me crazy. I've read quite a few thrillers, and they were very good. But I'm really more into the mysteries now, who done it, solve the crime. I'm trying to find YouTube channels that talk about those books, but there's always the thriller as well. They've got them side by side. They are not the same genre. They are not. You can say, well, the thrillers have a mystery, though. Seriously, think about it. Any any fiction book you read, most of them, there's a mystery element in there. There's always something that you find out at the end, That doesn't make it a mystery. There's a difference. And thrillers, with the mystery, someone died at the beginning of the book. And now you have to solve the case. With a thriller, no one's died at the beginning of the book. Something's going to happen at the end of the book. And there's a race to stop it, or a race to find out why, or a race for something. And there's a race, which is why they call them thrillers. Like, don't know how I'm explaining that very well. But I think you get the idea. Google it. You'll see. Google it. There's a difference. And I so many YouTubers, they're talking about them as if they're interchangeable. They are not interchangeable. Or you'll have some that I read mysteries and thrillers. And you have to kind of sit through the thrillers waiting for the mysteries, or it goes back and forth. Like, that's because they haven't quite figured out which one is which. And I will admit, there are gray areas, but there is with everything. And there are some books that'll fall under different categories. It's not that black and white. But it is more black and white than what they're making it. You know what I mean? So if you know of any, please let me know. I found some that were cozy mysteries. Anyway, everyone in my family has killed someone, by Benjamin Stevenson. Oh my God, I remembered his name. You guys know how bad I am with names, especially when I read books. I never remember the author's name. Oh my goodness, I remembered his name. That's special. That is special. So, it's a little slow starting at the beginning, so you got to give it a chance. how do I talk about this book? It was a little slow starting, and the narrator's sense of humor was a little off. Is that the way I want to say it? I don't know. It's like you weren't sure if he was being funny or not. How to explain it? I'm not explaining it well. I'm not. I can hear myself. I'm not. Now, I don't usually look at reviews before I read a book because I don't want to be swayed. I don't want to be looking for trouble. But just the way it was written, it's kind of different. And I was unsure about it. So I'm like, what are people saying about this? So I went and checked the reviews on Storygraph and Goodreads. A lot of people. It has it has plenty of good reviews. Don't get me wrong, do not misunderstand me. But it had more bad reviews than I expected to find. So I read through them. And most of the complaints were the narrator's sense of humor. The narrator is also the main character. He's telling the story. I understand, I'm going to say I understand the problem. I am not educated in a way to understand the problem. So I could be blowing smoke. What was that term? Talking out the rear. When you look at the synopsis, and just look at the synopsis. It doesn't say anything about dark humor. And when I saw a couple of the reviews that the publisher puts with the book, like, Stephen King said this, and this other famous author said that. I don't remember which one it was, where I saw it now, but the word comedy was used. Now, where I think the problem is for those bad reviews, not that any book can get bad reviews, but because the bad reviews were more than I expected, and most of them were about the narrator's sense of humor. What I feel the problem is, excuse me, I don't know what that was. It was kind of a hiccup, but not quite. I ate my bagel kind of fast. I feel that the description, the synopsis of the book, and those descriptions from New York Times and other authors, the famous ones where they put on there and brag, the one that used the word comedy, those are all misleading. And people going into the book with those particular set of words, they're going to be expecting something else. And that's what would throw them off and say, oh, I don't like this. It's dark humor. And nowhere does it say dark humor. And in any of those reviews from, New York Times and whoever, none of them said dark humor. And one of them just used the word comedy. So somebody picks up, that's not fair to the author. That's not fair to the book. Because if someone picks up a book with certain expectations and they find something totally different, especially if it's something that's not their bag, boom, there's a bad review. And that's not fair. I want to be careful here. I don't want to get myself in trouble. A pretty large YouTuber even had said that she did the sense of humor, like, and left that review on Goodreads. And it was because of the sense of humor. So I like dark humor. So when I started reading it and saw that, I'm over there chuckling with the book like an idiot. But am I saying it right? I don't know if I'm explaining myself right at all. I feel like the book was set up for bad reviews because it's saying something, it's not explaining well what's in the book. The narrator, the kind of making, it's not even that he's making light of the situation. It's not that. It's not. Oh, it's so hard to explain. Or maybe it's just me having a hard time explaining. Although from some of the reviews that I read, I really don't think, they didn't get it. They didn't get it. You know what the thing is? Listen to me. I feel like I'm defending the book. Maybe I am in a way. I don't know. This is one of those books, like some food. It's an acquired taste. You're going to love it or hate it. I wasn't sure at first. It was a little slow starting. And there was a couple of times when I just rolled my eyes like, oh, no. But the more I got into it, it's really picking up. And aside from all that, humor, non-humor, whatever, the mystery itself is really good. There are twists and turns and side mysteries, red herrings, I'm guessing. Put aside the sense of humor, whether you like the sense of humor or not. The mystery itself is really good. The sense of humor sometimes it can be a little weird. The guy has a really weird sense of humor. And it's a dark sense of humor. It's a dark, maybe I should say a borderline dark. There were a couple of jokes I could almost say, yeah, it's dark. And then a couple that I was like, well, they're not light, but I wouldn't say dark. It's going to be your cup of tea or it isn't. But don't go into it expecting a comedy. It's not a comedy. And know that there is dark humor. And just the whole thought process and the way things are going down, it's definitely an acquired taste. I think this is one of those books that's going to have, it's going to be, what word am I looking for? I know the word, and for some reason I'm totally blanking on it. A cult following. It's going to be one of those ones where it has this huge cult following, and yet the rest of the population doesn't understand what people are saying, you know. Niche. That's the word I'm looking for. Niche. So, I'm only partway through it. It could all go to hell in a hamper. I don't know. But the further, I wasn't sure at the beginning, and the further I get into it, the more I'm liking it. At first, I was like, okay, well, I'll give it a chance. Okay, well, I'm just going to go a little further. Okay, I'll finish it, but I'm not reading the next book because there is a series. Now I'm like, if this thing keeps going the way I think it's going, I'm going to be eating that series up. So now I don't know. But I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted. Yeah. You go in there. Go in if you want to read it. Go into it just knowing these things so that you're aware. You know, I wish they had written the synopsis a little differently. How long have I been talking? Oh, half hour. They're still on my bench. I'm going to go over there. Oh, I know it's hot out. The guy's like dabbing his forehead with his napkin. Yeah, I was going to walk. I don't think I'm going to walk. I brought a water too. I think I'm going to go over there and tell them that bench is for Massachusetts residents only. You know I'm not going to do that. Uh, leave them alone. I know they're tired. I mean, I don't know. They might have already been here for a couple of days. But they were doing a lot of driving, because you should have seen how they got out of the car. I drove all over the country years ago, so I know how it feels. Oh! Before I go real quick, I'm excited. I am going back up to the White Mountains this week. The kids rented a chalet, and we're all splitting the price, and we're going up two nights, 3 days. This one, the last time I went up, it was a 2-hour drive. This one's a 2.5-hour drive. And again, I will be driving alone because they're already up there. Not at the chalet. They're up there doing something else. And they decided, hey, one of my daughter-in-laws found it and said, oh, hey, guys, why don't we all get together and do this? When we check out from here, then we can go there. And then they texted me and said, hey, Mom, you want in on it? Yeah, because with us all throwing money in, like, I can afford it. So I'm going to meet them up there. I'm excited. I don't know what we're going to do or anything. They got all that planned, like, whatever. I'll have fun. I won't have my own hotel room. I'll have my own room, but it won't be like the hotel room. So I don't know how much like videoing I'll do through the house. When I get there, I'll try maybe doing a walkthrough just to show you what it looks like inside. I don't know. We'll see, because like my kids will be there. All the grandkids are going to be all there running around. So I don't know how much videoing I'll be doing really. But I'm bringing my book. I don't know how much reading I'll get done, but I'll bring it with me. Yeah, so I'm excited. They all did the shopping for whatever we need and food and whatever, because we'll cook in there too. We might eat out like lunch or something, but they planned the meals for the night we get up there. We're going to cook hot dogs on the grill. It has a hot tub. It has a fire pit. The fire pit. So they got all that stuff, and I said, well, I need to chip in. Like, what can I get? And they like, we want to do s'mores with the fire pit. Bring the stuff for s'mores. Oh, and bring some bottled water because they don't have enough. All right. Then my son texts me. He sends me this little video clip. But somebody was making s'mores, right? Get this. They take, well, how did they do it? They take peanut butter cups and dip them in marshmallow fluff. Oh. If you don't live in Massachusetts, you may not know what marshmallow fluff is. I will show you when I get home. They dip it in marshmallow fluff, and then they put it in the fire and smush it in between the 2 graham crackers. So it's a s'mores with the peanut butter cup in there. So I bought a bunch of marshmallows, and then after that I found some really big marshmallows. So I grabbed a couple of bags of those too. Because there's us and the grandkids. I'd rather buy too much than not enough, because it won't go to waste in my family. And so I bought I bought the big peanut butter cups, and then the little ones that come in a bag, because I wasn't sure. So I got them both. And then I bought the graham cracker. I got regular graham crackers, but I also grabbed a box of chocolate graham crackers. And then I got the sticks that you poke in there. I mean, when I was growing up, we would find a branch in the woods and do that. But I don't know how my daughter-in-laws, with that. I bought the skewer things, you know, and then I also got a couple of really long tongs that's made for that too, because we were doing the peanut butter cup too. I wasn't sure. I got them both. Better safe than sorry. So yeah, we're gonna do that too. So I'm excited. I only worked 2 days this week. Yeah, do I have anything else to say? No. And this is going, no, that's okay. What is it? 40 minutes or so. I'm not done. I was gonna say, so stay groovy and just end it here, but I'm gonna show you, because marshmallow fluff is made here in Massachusetts. In fact, it's made in the city I grew up in. And I know that when I lived in New Mexico years ago, they never heard of marshmallow fluff. And after hearing some conversations online from people, you know, over the years, it's not all over the country. Now, there's something similar. There's a marshmallow cream. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. You can probably order it even maybe from Amazon or something if you want to try it. And we used to make fluffernutter sandwiches. It's peanut butter and marshmallow fluff. We call them fluffernutters. Anyway, I'm going. I'm looking down there a bit. I see a couple of empty benches, but they're not in the shade. I might have to drive a little further down because these guys have made themselves comfortable. Okay, I'm going. I'll see you when I get home. I found a nice bench on the other side of the building, the side I used to come to, but not the bench in front of the bushes. I think I like this one. I might come here more often. Okay, so here's the marshmallow fluff. I was going to take the lid off to show you what it looks like, but you know, it's got the seal underneath, and I'm taking them up to New Hampshire. I don't want to just go opening it all up now. It's exactly what it sounds like. Take a bag of marshmallows and add a ton of sugar to them and whip them all up, and that's what you've got here. I'll try to remember when we open them up in New Hampshire next week. I'll try to remember to show you. I mean, you could probably even Google it and find it. You know, you don't need me to, but just because I'm talking about it, part of my videoing, I'll show you. It's really good, but if you don't like really sweet stuff, then you wouldn't like it anyway. So I'm going to close this because I think I'm past a half hour if I remember right, and I'll go ahead and upload it. Stay groovy.